Okay, so word on the streets is that things between Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade are currently super messy and they may be headed straight for divorce. And allegedly, they have been living separate lives for months, and this comes after Dwyane was caught cheating on Gabrielle with multiple different women yet again. Gabrielle is sick and tired of getting cheated on, and it looks like she is ready to call it quits. Y'all, there's a lot to break down because this drama is hella messy. Honestly, it's kind of giving Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith situation because they also kept their separation private like this. Now, we can all admit that Dwyane and Gabrielle made a cute couple, and it did look like they were going to stick it out and make the marriage thing work because they came across as a very solid couple. But at the same time, I can't say that it's all that surprising that this is happening because there have been rumors for a while that their marriage isn't as perfect as it appears to be on the outside.
First of all, what people have to understand is if a couple is trying too hard to show you that they're perfect, 9 times out of 10, they're not perfect. And that goes into relationships. I keep trying to tell people, the child that stayed in the house the longest when they were little is the child who wants the most love because they've been hypnotized to most through cartoons of a fairy tale of what life is supposed to be. Everybody in the world that have relationship problems is trying to get to the fairy tale. They trying to get the mood. I want to feel this way. So they forcing themselves to try to feel like they're in love, to feel like they care, to try to hope that they can present that image to everyone else. And hopefully everyone else looks at them as being jealous. That's why most people really want the relationship, is to look good in front of other people. That's what you're seeing with D Wade and Gabrielle Union. They've tried too hard to become likable to everybody around them, that it's like, look, we got a trans child. Look, we're married. Look, we support everybody. Look, we do this. When you start living your life for the masses, then those are the results that you're going to get, is a fake relationship. A wise people would tell you, the bigger the wedding, the faker the marriage.
Start with Dwyane and Gabrielle first met in 2007, and at the time they were both involved with other people. Gabrielle was in a relationship while Dwyane was married to his high school sweetheart, Siobhan Funches. Dwyane ended up filing for divorce from Siobhan only a few months after Gabrielle ended her relationship, and this led to rumors that he and Gabrielle had gotten involved while they were both in relationships with other people. But they have always denied this, with Dwyane insisting that Gabrielle had nothing to do with his divorce. But nobody really ever bought this because they felt like he was just trying to save face in public. And y'all want to know the interesting thing here? It's that Gabrielle and Dwyane went public with their relationship in 2010, the same year that Dwyane's divorce from Siobhan was finalized. Coincidence? I don't think so. Siobhan also believed that they were involved because she filed a lawsuit against Dwyane and Gabrielle, saying that their relationship caused her and her kids a lot of distress. However, the lawsuit was tossed out and the two lovebirds continued to blossom. Well, for a while, that is, because it wasn't long before cheating allegations came against Dwyane, with multiple sources coming out to claim that he had cheated on Gabrielle multiple times with multiple women, including actress Lauren London. One of his side pieces actually came out and said, "I too had my situation with Dwyane. Can't lie, he is great in bed, but I definitely would not take him seriously the way Gabrielle does. He sleeps with and flies bees out all the time. They like to act like they are Michelle and Barack, when in reality, things are not what they seem. Every time some type of gossip comes out, they have to make an appearance to show the media how real they are. He's involved with many girls, and that's to say the least. And everyone that deals with him knows this. Either Gabrielle knows this and doesn't care, or she is playing dumb," which I find hard to believe. Well, Gabrielle and Dwyane continued to fight to prove that they were the perfect couple, but then they broke up in 2013, but they ended up patching things up in November of that same year. But not without a major issue. Dwyane had gotten someone else pregnant in the short few months that they had broken up. And it wasn't just any woman, it was Aja Matoya, who had been his very good friend for a long time.
What you got to understand is, somebody like Dwyane Wade is going to always have women coming from. And when it comes to someone like Gabrielle Union, she isn't the type of woman that you're going to want to love, because at some point you're going to be able to see her manipulation tactics. See, men may love and like a woman until she reveals herself. Women can go longer being a fake person because they control emotions. They're the powers of emotions, which means that they know how to get in character and stay in character the longest. I understood this when I went to acting school. The women were able to cry on point. Men had to learn how to do it, but women played characters way quicker than men. That taught me, all right, women can play their role if they need be. Look at the Jenny Mai situation. She played a nice, submissive woman till she got married, and then she changed. But one thing about these celebrity couples, it's all for show. There's so much panani behind the scenes that a man can't resist it, because there's a lot of other girls out there that look better than Gabrielle Union.
The fact that he was quick to jump in bed with Aja so soon after his breakup with Gabrielle had people wondering if he had been in her bed all along. I mean, we already know that he had been cheating on Gabrielle with multiple women, so it would fit that he was messing around with Aja while he was with Gabrielle. Well, like I said, he and Gabrielle ended up getting back together, and according to Dwyane, he was terrified to tell her that he had a baby on her, and he claims that it's one of the most difficult things that he has ever done in his life.
Was it harder for you to sit down and have a conversation and to tell her that something had happened outside the relationship, or losing the fight?
Way harder to have a conversation with.
It probably was hard when you got to tell your wife that, hey, I got another baby on the way. But then again, it shows you that even back then, he wasn't really that gung-ho about Gabrielle Union. Now, when you stop and you look at all his actions back in the day, having all these women, having an outside baby, it'll make you question, why did he really stay with Gabrielle Union in the first place?
Gabrielle was understandably hurt, but she chose to continue the relationship, even though he had a whole baby on her. And for many fans, this served as proof that she had actually known about his cheating habits all along, but she was fine with turning a blind eye to it and pretending that it didn't happen, as long as he kept it discreet. She acted like she was cool with the whole baby thing, but fans believe that she low-key hates the situation, because she and Dwyane barely talk about it or even acknowledge his love child, and it's like he doesn't even exist. But that's still not all about why their marriage is low-key weird, because Gabrielle once revealed that they split the bills 50-50.
They splitting the bills 50-50? This sounds like some of that Nick Cannon, because Mariah Carey did the same thing for him. Now, get in the comments to let me know, what do you think about them splitting the bill 50-50, even though all of them are rich? Both of them. Tell me what you think.
It's weird to say I'm head of household, because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts this, there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work.
This didn't make sense to a lot of people, because Gabrielle is worth about 40 million, while Dwyane is worth about 170 million.
Now, when you're on the outside looking into this, you would say 40 million, 170 million. Why are they splitting the bills? Why is this up so lopsided? No, you have to understand. I've been around this crowd. Lawyers are going to make most of that. You still got nanny. They going to make most of it. You still got accountant. You still got mortgages. You got people that got to maintain your properties. You got people that got to maintain your bills. You got security. You got taxes. You got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on, that a lot of that money only looks good on paper. What they have to do is find a way to stay busy to keep making the money. Because if they don't, that money starts to depreciate extremely fast. You would think people get to this amount of money and then you could just sit back and chill. No. When you get to that amount of money, you got to pay everybody continuously that helped you get there. There are so many people behind the scenes that's part of that 170 million that when it's all break down, it may not be 170 million. It may just be like maybe 10 or 20. That's what you got to understand.
There is a 130 million difference in their income and net worth. So people felt like it was unfair to Gabrielle because he made way more than she did. And there should have...
Nope. It is not fair to Gabrielle Union. Gabrielle Union was a woman. I don't need a man. I could do this all by myself. I'm strong. I'm independent. She led the relationship with that. All he did was adjust to her. You can't say that it's not fair. He was treating her the way that she wanted to be treated. She wanted equality. He gave her equality. Women got to stop asking for one thing and then your mind wants something to happen. I can almost guarantee you, with him being as rich as he is, they're doing 50-50 because of her.
There have been better ways to address the situation, but it got worse because Dwyane came out to reveal that Gabrielle was the one who always insisted on paying 50% at all times, and it was because he made a statement that left her feeling hurt.
We decided together because I think I said one time when we was in Miami, I said something about it being my house that I paid for. My wife looked at me, she was like, you will never say that to me again when it's something that we share. And so my wife was like, that when we moved to LA, I got half on it. You will never say my house again.
He got a lot of smoke.
See, her ego stepped in. She didn't like that he said my house that I paid for. So she feels like she has to show some type of value. These type of dating dynamics is what destroys relationships. A lot of women out here thinking you're doing a good job by showing a man that you don't need him. In reality, when you start showing him that, he starts to find a woman that does need him because that's what he wants. He wants to be needed. And a lot of these women, they intimidate their man when they respond with, oh, I can pay 50-50. You'll never tell me this again. When you start to become combative in a relationship, that man starts to have a wandering eye to other women, but may want to maintain the relationship for the image of the relationship. You know how many marriages are together just because of the image? Look at Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
Smoke for this because fans felt like he made Gabrielle feel super insecure financially to the point where she felt like she needed to come up with 50% of everything so that he could never say something like that to her again. But somehow that's still not all, because Jaguar Wright came out a couple of months ago to claim that Gabrielle and Dwyane were a weird couple who liked to host nude parties in their homes where they all got into the pool naked. She also claimed that they were both bisexual and did things to other men in their homes, hosted orgies, and all that stuff.
Let me tell you something. In Hollywood, this is normal. And the reason why it's normal is because it's so much of it freely out there for you. The same way a lot of guys, before you go to sleep at night, you tearing your hand down, thinking about that girl you're going to wake up and disrespect in the morning. Well, guess what? In Hollywood, they don't call them thoughts. They just make phone calls and a whole bunch of them come over to the house and do what they want you to do. And then you just don't care after that. That's what's happening. Sex is extremely easy to get when you're getting money. All right?
Getting old, I guess it just moved over to the Wade house.
Energy transfers.
And I'm not saying that because of their trans daughter. I'm saying that because of the artist that I just spoke to not that long ago that got invited to a party at their house. Everything was cool up front, so they went to the back and there was a bunch of old fucking niggas and fucking young boys back there, all ass naked in the Wade house. So I find it funny that Gabrielle's sitting there talking shit about Boosie.
Child, if there is one thing that we got to learn from these celeb couples, it's that these folks be wildin'. And now
she's right. They all be wildin'. That's why I don't understand about people who really follow celebrities all the time and die hard and become stans to the celebrities. When it's all said and done, these people start getting so much money, so much attention, developing such high egos that their sex drives increase, and it's all about bringing their fetishes to life. So when people say, how do you feel about paying for it? In Hollywood, that's all they do is pay for it. But they take it up to a whole nother notch. They ain't paying for one. They pay for the whole group to show up.
Now, according to a blind post on Deuxmoi, Gabrielle and Dwyane have been separated for a while now, and it has something to do with his cheating on her. The item said,
so fans are sensing that something's up between Gabrielle Union and Dwyane Wade, who have been married since 2014.
Okay, that's a pretty long time to be married. Yeah, fans are onto something. I received a couple messages. Somebody asked me, do you get blind items about Dwyane Wade being unfaithful? He's very close to a woman who isn't Gabrielle. Could have been a groupie, no one I recognized, but he was very close to her and spoke to her and only her for the 2 hours I was there. Okay,
the thing is, Hollywood is a place where there's a no, don't ask, don't tell, right? But you have to understand this. Hollywood couples know they're fake. They know it's not real. Remember I showed you guys a clip last week with Jada Pinkett and Will Smith, and he's saying, I'm never going to leave her. We're putting her book out. We're partners for life. We're this and we're that, even though we've done this in the past. It's the same thing with Dwyane Wade and it comes to Gabrielle Union. When they sign that paperwork and they start to reveal their personal life, They're doing it for a reason. It's because it keeps them in the limelight. They don't care what you think about them. Their goal is to portray an image that regular people can identify with. Once they can identify with regular people, it continues to keep them inside of the relationship sphere. For instance, remember when Kevin Hart had his spat a couple years ago where he had cheated on his woman? That entire situation seemed set up. Celebrities are going to always have these different type of stories and storylines that come in and out of their life. Look at Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Every 6 months, there's something new. Same thing with Jada Pinkett Smith. Always something new. It's always the same celebrities that got all these different type of stories that are going on in their life. And people are like, wow, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're doing that. Right. That's what they're doing it for. They're not just magically up and doing these things. They're fully aware we're going to get caught with other people. We're going to get caught having these parties. They know it's going to leak out into the public, but it's not going to hurt them. It's only going to make them stay even more relevant. It's that simple. They became heartless. It's called selling your soul. They're there to provoke emotion to the fan, to the watcher. You're supposed to feel like you and them are the same, that they're going through the same pain. No, Tom Brady's divorce is nothing like Joe Smo divorce who works down at the gas station. Those are two different divorces. Their separations are different. Regular people's separations hurt more than celebrities' separation because celebrities have already bought everything in life that they want. They've already did everything they want. But the people in life that all you wanted to do is get married and have a relationship, and then you go through a divorce, that's going to hurt if getting married was your only goal in life. Regular people hurt because things that celebrities do for fun, you do them seriously. And when they start going through stuff, you think you and them are the same and you're not. So the celebrities set their lives up to be fake so the audience thinks that it's real, the same way that the ball player and his wife are putting on fake skits so the audience thinks that it's real. They react to it like it's real. Why do you think everybody online is living a fake life? Because the audience reacts to it as if it's real. You get really emotional about shit you've never been through, you've never seen or experienced. Keep telling you guys, life is psychological. It's how you view it. It ain't what's happening in life slowing you down. D. Wade and Gabrielle union has no effect on your relationships with women. It doesn't. No celebrities do. You guys are here for women. They're actors and actresses, just like Julio Don said, actors and actresses. They're designed to keep you looking at them. As a man, if you want to achieve happiness in your life, you have to decide where you want to be and where you want to go. I know rednecks that saving their money to get an excavator, saving their money to get something that dig holes in the wall. I know people that are saving their money to get a tire, saving their money to go build stuff. Like, what the fuck did you wake up and do? Those who don't have a life will flicker the rest of their life. You'll be flickering the rest of your life following celebrity gossip.